What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes, and welcome to another episode of My Path to Power. We're on to episode number 11. I want to thank you guys for your support on the video I released earlier today on how to get classic kits in FIFA 14 Ultimate Team. So I do hope that helped you out, and it was indeed informative. We're switching over to the 4-3-3. Got to change some guys around. Dybala, our prize striker, is out of fitness, so that's pretty much just a massive bummer because he's been our savior through the first couple games that we've played, and I'll get into it more at the end of the episode. But this year, I feel more than any other year, you can actually tell the difference when you're using a silver team versus a gold team. In previous years, you'd use silver players and you'd be like, as long as their pace and their dribbling was okay, they'd be able to keep up with gold players just a-okay. And this year, it's not so much the case. So thank goodness, though, that I have loads and loads and loads of players in my squad that I can just rotate them around anytime I have a fitness issue, a contract issue, anything along those lines. Just swap around the formation and I am good to go. So we are bringing in, I believe I like Gonzalez best, the CDM, or the CM that I'm using as a CDM. Of the non-rare central midfielders, Gonzalez is by far my favorite one, and you're going to see exactly why coming up here. Well, Isco as well, but he's a rare one, so it doesn't really count the same. We've got the Yeovil Town kits on this game. They're yellow and black. If you guys want to check those kits out, I get asked that question all the time. This guy, 3-4-1-2, Serie A side, Vidal and Pogba. I was nervous as all could be on this, but put it down in the corner, go for a cross in, and somehow that's a corner kick. Now, you guys will finally be able to comment on what you think about actually playing the game. It's not Gonzalez, it's Martinez. Martinez is the name of the central midfielder. I was getting it wrong. He is by far my favorite of the non-rares. But you guys will be able to comment and tell me exactly what you think about the game now, because many of you will have downloaded season tickets so you could get your hands on the game early and will have formed some sort of an opinion. And how about that for a fantastic strike from Alvarez? Oh my goodness, you can see the lag on the screen. It's not the video stuttering, it's the actual lag that I was dealing with in the game. I didn't even bother looking to see if it was a 3-bar connection, so shame on me. That is my fault for having to deal with this laggy game. But you guys will be able to have formed some sort of an opinion and be able to let me know kind of what you think. So leave a comment, and first impressions, let me know. I made a comment on Twitter yesterday that was like, people are going to be in tears over how difficult this game is originally. Now, I've played a lot more games, and things are starting to get better, but I've found which traits I find to be, at least at this point in time, what sort of statistics I look for to be the most important. And when it comes to, I actually think that the midfield is going to be like almost the most important position. Midfield and wide players for me are massively important when it comes to scoring goals. Now, there's some teams, like on my main account, I have Benzema, and Benzema's a very good player on this game. But the reason I think I'm able to score goals with him is because I have Iniesta and Fabregas in the midfield. Iniesta and Fabregas, their passing is absolutely amazing. And that's the point that I wanted to make, is passing. And there's Martinez popping up again, nodding home another header. Who would have thunk it? But passing is just a huge deal. And that's a difference that you can see a lot between silver and gold players. You know, a lot of my silvers have passing somewhere in the low 70s, maybe high 60s if I'm lucky. But the gold players, when they have, the mid-80 passing, it's just a huge difference. You're able to play at such a smoother pace and such a smoother style. It makes everything just flow nice and easy. Whereas sometimes when I'm playing with this team, it's actually a challenge. It's a struggle. And he ends up giving up here. We're at 4-1, so I don't really blame him in the 87th minute. But I steal it away with Isco, and I was like, why not? Probably won't go in. And it does go in. A driven shot that trickles by the goalkeeper. And my biggest issue so far with this game is like how debatable keepers are. Now, I played the glove chemistry style on Casillas, who I have on my main account, and things got a little bit better. But obviously, Casillas he's an 86 rated keeper, which I think puts him tied with Neuer as the best keeper on Ultimate Team. So while he might be doing just fine, some of the keepers that I've played against, like the one that we just saw on the screen right there, have been a bit debatable. So do not be shy about shooting. Now I'm going to go back and list all of the duplicates that I had from the silver Argentinians just because I'm essentially doing nothing with my coins right now. I could be out investing in players, which is what I would recommend that you guys do as well. Now, the other statistics that I found important, passing is very important. Strength is a very important, but that's when it comes mainly to center backs. My favorite center backs have both of them are somewhere around 60 pace that I've used, and that's crazy to say, but I find that I'm the most dominant with those players. So it also begs the question, what happens when I picked, kind of the pacier center backs that are this in my current team? What happens when I come up against a striker that's really big, strong, and physical in the air? Your Lukaku or a player like that or Benteke. Those guys are shooting up in price. Now, I bought Sergio Busquets because I thought I was going to try to replicate a team similar to the La Liga team that I have on my main account. However, I'm not going to do that. Since it's the beginning of Ultimate Team, I figured that it would be best to try out as many leagues or as many possible teams as I can, and that's why I'm selling on some of these cheap players. However, you did just see me pick up Kovacic. Now, Kovacic is one of the players that I really, really enjoyed using at the capture event when I played with Inter Milan. He's a non-rare. I picked him up for 300 coins. All the players that I'm going to be looking to pick up for the first gold team that I make will be somewhere around that 300 coin mark. But I figured, hey, now's a decent time while player prices are still kind of low to start building a gold team with the 20-ish thousand coins that I have. And if I'm able to sell on and some more of these guys, maybe I can get up to 30,000 or so and build a pretty decent gold team to have along with this. So this guy, and this is a pretty darn nice BPL side, but he crosses it in, gets things started. What do you know? Goal, Routledge knocking that one home in the 4th minute, and I thought, 4-3-3 cross happy guy. He's got Josie Altidore in the middle, and I mentioned that I was worried about dealing with big, strong strikers, and I don't really know what to say about crossing in this game. A lot of goals are scored on corners and crosses, like an abnormal amount. And I don't know if that's because people struggle to score from open play or if the crossing and corners are just too strong. I'm leaning towards they're just too strong. And that's a 96-minute goal. So obviously we're in extra time in this game, and it was a pretty tight contested match, but I just couldn't handle some of his gold players, it felt like at times. Asaidi nods home right there. And I actually switched to a 3-5-2 in this game as well because I was struggling to do anything matched up mano-a-mano in a 4-3-3. So here we go. I thought I'd taken it away. I had not. Velasquez bullied off the ball. If he'd been a stronger defender, I probably would have kept that. Josie Altidore nods it home. And that was the final straw for me. 113th minute. We're going to pick up our first loss in this match. Really, really disappointing stuff because I felt like I put in a good shift in this game, but I just could not deal with the crossing. And the silver center backs, for whatever reason, it doesn't register for them that they want to mark a man. They kind of end up in this free open space, and it causes all sorts of problems. You can see over the top left, we're at about 18,000 coins, so I have a lot of work that can be done. I pick up Janic, and I can't remember, Pereira, the silver, or the gold, non-rare, man from Udinese, and then of course Janic from Roma. Janic traditionally in FIFAs has a really nice free kick, really nice shot, and he has those good passing stats. So I'm thinking I might try out a Serie A team. I don't know exactly which players I'll be going with, but it'll be some of the cheaper ones. Because frankly, I just don't see the point in spending, if I can get some of the expensive guys, that's great, but I'd rather have a nice, well-rounded side to begin with, and then work up to some of those, nicer players. But I don't want to run into the issue of, I only have one really good, in my Argentinian team right here, I only have a Turbe that I can really play on the left and feel comfortable with. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and sell on all of these guys, and you guys are going to be like, Japes, you've only played maybe 6 or 7, not even 10 games to get the loyalty bonus, and that's true, and that's probably not something that I would recommend doing, but I'm enjoying playing with gold players way more, and when I come up against gold teams, frankly, it's just hard. So I decided I wanted to build a gold team. I can get you guys more entertaining gameplay. I'm going to enjoy playing this a lot more, and I won't have some of the frustrations of trying to deal with the crosses that absolutely, drive me crazy. Because when I play with, big, strong defenders or big, strong gold defenders in the back, I don't have as big of an issue on corners, on, crosses in general. So these are just some tips for you guys in squad building to think about while you're building your first ultimate team. I'm assuming many of you guys have built your ultimate team already. And you guys will have to take into consideration some of the change in market factors. Like Aguero had a pretty nice game today. Well, it's still going on as I'm doing this commentary, but he's having a pretty darn nice game today. So people are going to want that card. There's also a chance of an inform. So if his inform comes out when the new team of the week is released on Wednesday, that means his rare gold card is going to skyrocket in price right now. So he's a card, if you have the coins to invest in him, maybe something you take a look at, as he will always be a desirable player in the BPL. Anyways, guys, we are slowly coming to a close of this video as I list all these players. Wanted to let you guys see on the screen as I went through it the prices I'm listing them for. Essentially a couple hundred more coins than I bought them for. If they go up beyond that, fantastic. If not, I cover my cost with the tax and I can go ahead and start building this gold team. Let me know if you guys have any specific Serie A players that you guys think I should pick up. Other than that, my name is Japes and I will catch you all next time.